All right, guys. So this is the follow-up video for the what is it? The Tak Matsumoto guitar, which is not a real Gibson, but it's modeled after, well, replicated or whatever you want to call it after the real Gibson one. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what I did. I didn't have to do any fret work. I did work on the intonation, but yeah. But anyway, let's start with the basics. This is a guitar I got on eBay for 180 bucks. And in the end, I only ended up paying 100, and I'll show you why. Completely worth it for 100 bucks. Um, so the guitar, I think I pointed out some things that weren't perfect. See, there's a little wavy thing here where I don't know if they were dremeling or they cut away too much, but you notice you only see these things when you get really close. You're not going to notice these things when you are just playing the guitar or enjoying it, building it, whatever. It's only stuff that you notice really up close, so it's not a big deal. But what did I do? I got the Guyker bridge, the roller bridge. I left the gold pieces on only because it's got gold accents here and there. So that might actually only be temporary. Same here. I just got to get screws. Don't know if that's something I want to leave is with those little gold accents. I might just want to black it out. But anyway, yeah, getting back to that, I left the stock gold posts, but the Guyker bridge and tailpiece, I did replace the knobs, even though these are identical to the stock ones, because of the spline. I'm using CTS pots, and you'll notice this guitar only has three, pots, which threw me off because I didn't know how to wire up the three pot. And then it was kind of funny because I realized when I was in the neck or the middle position that if you shut one off, it doesn't leave the other one completely on. It just shuts it off also. So I thought I messed up the wiring. I almost took it apart. Thank God I didn't, because the wiring, I wouldn't say it's complex, but it's not fun to do wiring on a guitar, even though I did it out of the guitar. Anyway, put some Seymour Duncans, which cost more than the guitar. But, very important that I get a good sound out of it. So I got the 59 in the bridge, and I don't even use bridges. I didn't want to put like a cheap pickup because I did the zebra and have it mismatch. So I actually paid for a pickup that I will never use myself. I don't play in a band, jazz or nothing like that, where I would use a neck pickup. I play in a straight up, New York hardcore band. So bridge is most important. I probably would have knocked these out and just leave a volume. But whatever. I mean, who knows who's going to play this at some point. I'll never sell it as a real Gibson, obviously, but as I get older, maybe I'll start wanting to use that. Anyway, blabbing. So move on to the neck. I didn't have to do anything except adjust the truss rod, which was silky smooth to turn. At least on this one, my other Gibson gave me a little bit of an issue cracking it loose, but nothing out of this world. No fret work because the frets are rounded. As you can see there, they're perfectly rounded. I did polish them up a little bit. They weren't like terrible. I didn't take them out of there and have them be really scratchy, but I polished them anyway. And now they're kind of smooth, but you can hear there's still a little bit of something going on. Not scratchy, they just make a sound. So maybe just needs a finer polish. I left the nut alone. I took it off and I realized it's a bone nut, or at least something similar to a bone nut. When I would drop it, it would sound pretty close to what a tusk sounds like, and I couldn't scrape it with a knife normally, like I would with the silver burst that I have in the other videos. So I left it. That way I didn't have to make any new nut, which was a pain in the butt to do for the Gibson. And as far as tuners, I put Guyker ones also. Let me see if I can show you guys. Hard to do this with one hand. Put Guykers on here, locking ones. I like to use locking ones so you don't have to wind them on the post. But I'm not too into them. These, they don't feel as cheap as the ones it came with, but I don't like the way they feel. They're tight. I don't know how to explain it. You guys would know if you play guitars when they feel good, when they don't. And I don't like the fact that these are plastic. They had the regular, vintage looking ones, I bought those, and they stuck out really far. And there's one thing that happens when I'm on stage and people running up on stage is that people get stuck, whether it's the singer or people, they get stuck on the tuners. Happens all the time. People swinging their shirts around, get stuck on a tuner. So I needed something that wasn't so, you know, high profile or whatever, sticks out too much. So I left these on, but and it feels kind of weird trying to tune these so close to the headstock, but that's not a big deal. Again, I need them close in, so people don't run into them. But I don't like that they're molded, like the molded plastic. It just makes it feel cheap. And I don't like the way they spin. But they lock fine. They hold tune. They're metal, right? And they're black. So not a lot of options when it comes to vintage style. I could fit other ones, but I don't like seeing the holes. You know what I mean? Even though it's a cheap guitar, I don't know. It's just a visual thing for me. What else did I have to do on here? Well, I guess I'll show you guys the inside, the wiring, and I think I've shown you everything out here, but yeah, let's check out the inside. Anyway, I had to take this off. This is you can see I'm already chewing it up. I was trying to take this off. This was a pain to take off, because once it's, oh, there we go. No, actually it didn't fall in all the way. Just going to show you guys that it does not fit in there nicely. You have to kind of wedge it and it snaps in, and then there's nothing to grab it from, not even the edges. I had to stick one of these cricket things and ruin the finish a little bit just to try and get it out. But anyway, that's the wiring I did. I'm using what are the Gavitt wires. These are the bridge pickup wires here. Not the best job. It's kind of hard to solder these once the pots are in. I can't do it outside because these are coming from the inside of the guitar. But I'm usually pretty good at soldering, so I apologize for anything ugly here. I did the cap here, the orange drop cap. This is the bridge wire. This is the one going out to the output. But yeah, it's pretty basic wiring. The shielding, can't tell you if it works or not. I don't know. It is quieter than the stock guitar, but then again, the stock guitar came with really weird pickups, or cheap pickups. But I did it on the other guitar, and I didn't want to do all this work on this one and then have it make noise and be like, oh, it's because I didn't do the shielding. So it's just like an OCD thing. But that's what it looks like on the inside. And I didn't open this up, but there's a Switchcraft in there. So it's got good parts. The output, I switched for that one with the 4 contacts. I picked it up on eBay. I forgot to tone something, or I don't know. But it's got the 4 grabby things for the jack, which is supposed to, you know, keep it from making noise, or at least alleviate the chances of that happening. And I use Schaller straps because I jump around when I'm playing, and I cannot have a guitar fall off me. But that's it, guys. All in, not cheap in the end, but cheaper than something else. But I told you I got the guitar for $100. I paid 180, but I got a refund for 80 because of this. So it looks like this got through. And not that they have QC, but you know what I'm saying. And by the way, these are just little things of dust here, so don't worry about that. It's very visible the way it goes in the center. That's not what I was complaining about. I was more complaining about the brown there, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a crack, yeah, right there, going through the end, but it's under the finish, right? So it's obviously something that they covered and didn't care about. So I told the guy, I was like, listen, I was like, if I'm buying this guitar, I want it to look nice, whatever. And the guy was like, well, I'll give you a refund. I said, well, how much? And he's like, how about 80? Is that good? And I said, hell yeah. And I took it. So yeah, that's it. My guitar. As far as price, the bridge I think was $20 for the set. Pickups were $200. The pots, even though I only used 3, I bought 4. I think those were like 30 something dollars. The knobs were $10. The output jack, which is on the other side, was like $8. These Schaller things, or straplock, the little nib things, I didn't buy the whole set because I have them on my main strap, were like Well, actually, these are Grovers. That's right, but they work with the Schaller, so it was $9. The Switchcraft was $21. The nut is stock, so I didn't pay for that. But these tuning pegs were, I believe, anywhere from $27 to $30. And then the shielding was just like a $14 roll from Amazon, but it's good for like 3-4 guitars. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I got. But the biggest thing was, yeah, these pickups. That's the biggest expense. So all in, $100 for the guitar, 200. We got 300. I'd say for, around 350, maybe not even 400. I got a pretty decent guitar. So for those of you that are going to buy a cheap Gibson, understand that to get a decent guitar, and that's not even counting any fretwork. If I have to do fretwork, I do the work myself, so I had to buy tools, I had to buy files, and that's not cheap. So always keep that in mind. That the 200 or whatever that you pay for your Chipson is only to get you through the door. And at that point, you have to decide whether you want a guitar like this. I know there's Epiphone versions, but we all know that whole thing with the Epiphone headstock. Not everybody wants to rock that, and it's not even about posing. The Gibson, we all love the headstock. I don't really care about the name, just the guitar looks nice, right? So, but just keep that in mind when you buy these. If you're just going to play in your living room or your bedroom, it probably won't even matter. Pickups won't even squeal, nothing like that. But I play live, and I had to get cheaper guitars because they're just getting bashed up by people running into me. So, but I still need them to look good, right? So, I mean, we play on stage. We want to look professional as much as we can, and try to keep costs as low as we can, because I'm no Metallica or no whatever is popular band is out there. Can't even think of bands right now. Just woke up. But anyway, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I know it doesn't make any sense to do a video of a guitar without playing it. I don't have none of that set up to record, so I'd have to record from the dry air from an amp, but at least you guys will get to hear it. But it's very hard to show tone through a YouTube video. So if I play something and it sounds awesome in my room, there's going to be comments saying, oh, it sounds like crap. So I mean, you can't please everybody, but I'll try to do some kind of video review with the sound. But that's it. Anyway, take care.